Hi there, and welcome to our Introduction to HTML course, which is perfect for beginners to get more familiar with HTML. My name is Lawrence, and I'm so excited to have the opportunity to present this HTML course to you. I've been a web developer for a number of years, and I really enjoy sharing my knowledge of HTML. Within this course, we're going to be covering everything you need from start to finish on how to write HTML code. We're going to be introducing resources and tools that we're using, as well as source code is also included to get you started quickly. You can copy and paste the source code, place it in your editor, try the code out for yourself, and it is encouraged that you do try the code out yourself. I've also provided resources such as the editor that I'm going to be using within the course, so that's brackets. More on this in the upcoming lessons. And we also, throughout the lessons, we're going to continuously encourage you to try this out for yourself. If you're already familiar with it, some of the lessons, you can always skip over lessons that you're more familiar with and get to the core of what you want to learn. So lessons are step by step, progressively getting more difficult and challenging you at every point. How it was built and how it works in order to be able to properly write HTML. So we've got how its structure is, how it works, and how it fits within web pages, what elements are. We go through details about how elements work and what the values and parameters are that are required within elements. We've also got numerous exercises throughout the course, again, where we're going to be challenging you to build out content and use HTML to structure that content in order to present to your web page users. There's a number of exercises, most of which have start files where you can take the start file and then you can use HTML knowledge that you're acquiring within the lessons in order to apply it and build out that content. So HTML is about structuring your content so that it's not just one big blob of text, that there is some structure, and especially when you look through the source code, that you can represent the content in a smart fashion. Also for the browser to be able to better render out that content. And again, there's a number of times where we're going to ask you to try it. We're going to be building out a boilerplate template. There's links to all of the resources in the downloadable PDF that you can download and follow along. So you can click any one of these links and they'll bring you to the link that's relevant to the content lessons. So there's a whole bunch of information covered in the upcoming lessons designed to help you learn more about HTML. Try this code out for yourself. I can't stress that enough. That's one of the best ways to learn is to see it in action and then try it and then even play around with it, tweak it, adjust it, see what happens, and get familiar with writing that code from scratch. The editor that we're going to be using is going to be suggesting code as well as the source code is included. So getting started with the code is going to be really easy, but it's also important to be able to write this code out from scratch, to have enough practice with writing the code. And you're going to also notice that within HTML pages, there's only a select number of elements that are used over and over again. So these are used, whereas the rest of the elements, about 80% of them, don't get used very often. So it's important to get familiar, and we are going to be covering these within the upcoming lessons, all of the elements that are commonly used within HTML. So I know you're excited to get started, so let's jump right in and start building out some HTML pages from scratch while learning HTML.